The Algebra of Wealth. One-part analysis. The Algebra of Wealth is built around Scott Galloway's argument that financial security is not the result of luck, secret investment strategies, viral entrepreneurial success, or discovering the next great speculative opportunity. Instead, wealth is the product of a relatively simple combination of factors applied consistently over a long period of time. Galloway summarizes this idea through the formula: wealth equals focus plus Stoicism times diversification. The formula is designed to emphasize that wealth creation is not primarily about intelligence or financial sophistication, but about developing valuable skills, exercising emotional discipline, allowing compounding to work over decades, and avoiding catastrophic mistakes. Throughout the book, Galloway repeatedly argues that most people spend too much time searching for shortcuts and not enough time strengthening the fundamental drivers of long-term financial security. A major theme of the book is the importance of focus, particularly in relation to career development. Galloway challenges the popular advice to follow your passion, arguing that it often leads people toward fields with limited economic opportunity and intense competition. His alternative view is that individuals should identify areas where they have talent, aptitude, and the potential to become highly skilled. According to Galloway, passion frequently follows competence rather than preceding it. As people become better at something, receive recognition for their abilities, and experience progress, they often become more interested in the activity itself. Therefore, the objective is not necessarily to find work that feels exciting immediately, but to develop expertise in areas that are economically valuable. By becoming exceptional in a field that the market rewards, individuals increase their earning power, create opportunities for advancement, and generate the capital required for investing. This focus on skill acquisition reflects the belief that income remains one of the most important drivers of wealth accumulation, particularly during the early stages of a career. The book also emphasizes the role of leverage in modern careers. Galloway encourages people to seek environments where valuable knowledge, ambitious peers, mentors, and economic opportunity are concentrated. Professional networks, geographic location, industry selection, and proximity to innovation can significantly influence lifetime earnings. Rather than viewing career decisions solely through the lens of immediate comfort, he encourages readers to think strategically about where opportunities are most likely to emerge. This emphasis on positioning reflects the idea that career growth is often influenced by environment as much as individual effort. Another major component of the formula is Stoicism. Galloway uses the concept broadly to describe emotional discipline, self-control, and the ability to make rational decisions despite fear, excitement, uncertainty, or social pressure. In the context of investing, Stoicism means avoiding panic during market downturns and resisting excessive optimism during speculative booms. Financial markets are often driven by emotion, and investors frequently make costly mistakes when they react impulsively. The book argues that successful wealth builders learn to tolerate volatility without abandoning their long-term plans. Emotional discipline also applies to spending decisions. Many people spend money to signal status, gain approval, or project an image of success. Galloway repeatedly warns that visible wealth and actual wealth are not the same thing. Expensive consumption may create the appearance of success while reducing the capital available for investment. True financial security is often less visible because it is represented by assets rather than lifestyle displays. Closely related to Stoicism is the book's critique of consumerism and lifestyle inflation. As income increases, many people increase spending at a similar or even faster rate. Higher earnings lead to larger homes, more expensive vehicles, luxury purchases, and other forms of consumption that absorb financial gains. Galloway argues that wealth is created through the gap between income and expenses. Individuals who consistently save and invest a meaningful portion of their earnings are more likely to build long-term security than those who spend nearly everything they make. This perspective encourages readers to focus on financial flexibility rather than status. The ability to make choices, take risks, change careers, or withstand economic challenges often depends on accumulated assets rather than visible signs of prosperity. The book also highlights the connection between physical health and financial success. Galloway argues that energy, endurance, and longevity influence economic outcomes. Career advancement, entrepreneurship, investing, and leadership often require sustained effort over long periods of time. Poor health can reduce productivity, limit opportunities, and increase financial stress. Maintaining physical fitness is therefore presented not only as a personal benefit, but also as an economic advantage. The ability to work effectively, manage stress, and remain productive across decades contributes indirectly to wealth creation. Time occupies a central place in the formula because it allows compounding to operate. Galloway repeatedly emphasizes that wealth accumulation is often less dramatic than people imagine. Instead of a single breakthrough event, wealth is frequently the result of small actions repeated consistently over long periods. Compounding allows investment returns to generate additional returns, creating growth that accelerates over time. Because of this dynamic, starting early becomes extremely valuable. Even modest investments made consistently can potentially grow substantially when given enough time. The book argues that many people underestimate the importance of beginning and overestimate the importance of finding perfect investments. The earlier capital begins compounding, the more powerful the long-term effect becomes. Diversification represents the final major component of the formula. Galloway argues that preserving wealth can be just as important as creating it. Many investors are attracted to concentrated bets because they offer the possibility of extraordinary gains. However, concentration also increases the risk of significant losses. The book therefore emphasizes broad diversification across investments, rather than excessive reliance on any single asset, company, industry, or speculative trend. Diversification reduces vulnerability to individual failures and helps create a more resilient financial foundation. Galloway often favors simple investment approaches that provide exposure to broad segments of the market, rather than attempting to identify winners in advance. The goal is not to maximize excitement, but to maximize the probability of long-term success. Another important theme is the distinction between wealth and status. Modern culture frequently rewards visible consumption, social comparison, and public displays of success. Expensive goods can create the impression of financial achievement while concealing underlying financial fragility. Galloway encourages readers to focus on ownership, assets, and long-term security rather than external validation. Financial independence is portrayed as more valuable than appearances because it creates freedom, flexibility, and resilience. The objective is not simply to earn money, but to convert income into lasting economic strength. The book also discusses the role of relationships in financial outcomes. Galloway argues that choosing a compatible partner can influence wealth creation as much as many investment decisions. Shared financial values, mutual support, responsible decision-making, and aligned long-term goals can strengthen financial progress. Conversely, conflict, instability, and poor financial habits within relationships can create significant setbacks. Relationships therefore become part of the broader wealth equation because they influence spending patterns, emotional stability, risk tolerance, and life planning. Ultimately, the Algebra of Wealth presents financial security as the result of disciplined behavior rather than extraordinary brilliance. Develop valuable skills, increase earning power, spend less than you earn, maintain emotional discipline, invest consistently, allow compounding to work over long periods, diversify broadly, avoid speculative behavior, protect your health, build strong relationships. The book's central message is that wealth is usually created through a combination of focused effort, patience, rational decision-making, and time. While these principles may appear less exciting than stories of sudden riches, Galloway argues that they offer a more reliable path toward long-term financial security and independence.